This stop is Eastern Parkway and Utica Avenue. Next stop, Eastern Parkway and Rochester Avenue. This stop is Eastern Parkway and Rochester Avenue. Next stop, Eastern Parkway and Buffalo Avenue. This stop is Eastern Parkway and Buffalo Avenue. Next stop, Ralph Avenue and Eastern Parkway. Transfers available to B14 and B15. This stop is Ralph Avenue and Eastern Parkway. Next stop, East New York Avenue and Union Street. Transfer available to B12. This stop is East New York Avenue and Union Street. Next stop, Pitkin Avenue and Howard Avenue. This stop is Pitkin Avenue and Howard Avenue. Next stop, Pitkin Avenue and Saratoga Avenue. Transfer available to B7. This stop is Pitkin Avenue and Saratoga Avenue. Next stop, Pitkin Avenue and Herzl Street. This stop is Pitkin Avenue and Herzl Street. Next stop, Pitkin Avenue and Thomas S. Boylan Street. This stop is Pitkin Avenue and Thomas S. Boylan Street. Next stop, Pitkin Avenue and Rockaway Avenue. Transfer available to B60. This stop is Pitkin Avenue and Rockaway Avenue. Next stop, Pitkin Avenue and Osborne Street. This stop is Pitkin Avenue and Osborne Street. Next stop, Mother Gaston Boulevard and Pitkin Avenue. This stop is Mother Gaston Boulevard and Pitkin Avenue. Next stop, Mother Gaston Boulevard and Belmont Avenue. This stop is Mother Gaston Boulevard and Belmont Avenue. Next stop, Mother Gaston Boulevard and Sutter Avenue. This stop is Mother Gaston Boulevard and Sutter Avenue. Next stop, Mother Gaston Boulevard and Blake Avenue. This stop is Mother Gaston Boulevard and Blake Avenue. Next stop, Dumont Avenue and Mother Gaston Boulevard. This stop is Dumont Avenue and Mother Gaston Boulevard. Next stop, Powell Street and Dumont Avenue. This stop is Powell Street and Dumont Avenue. Next stop, Powell Street and Blake Avenue. This stop is Powell Street and Blake Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Powell Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Powell Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Van Sinderen Avenue. Transfer available to the L train. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Van Sinderen Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Williams Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Williams Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Georgia Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Georgia Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Pennsylvania Avenue. Transfers available to B83 and B20. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Pennsylvania Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Wynona Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Wynona Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Miller Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Miller Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Hendricks Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Hendricks Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Barbie Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Barbie Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Warwick Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Warwick Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Cleveland Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Cleveland Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Linwood Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Linwood Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Shepherd Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Shepherd Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Atkins Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Atkins Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Milford Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Milford Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Fountain Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Fountain Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Euclid Avenue. Transfer available to Q8. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Euclid Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Crescent Street. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Crescent Street. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Lincoln Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Lincoln Avenue. Next stop, Sutter Avenue and Grant Avenue. This stop is Sutter Avenue and Grant Avenue. Next stop, Drew Street and Sutter Avenue. This stop is Drew Street and Sutter Avenue. Next stop, Drew Street and Dumont Avenue. This stop is Drew Street and Dumont Avenue. Next stop, Drew Street and Linden Boulevard. Transfer available to B15. This stop is Drew Street and Linden Boulevard. Next stop, Loring Avenue and Drew Street. This stop is Loring Avenue and Drew Street. Next stop, Eldert Lane and Loring Avenue. Transfers available to B20 and B13. This stop is Eldert Lane and Loring Avenue. Next stop, Stanley Avenue and Eldert Lane. This stop is Stanley Avenue and Eldert Lane. Next stop, Postal Facility Road and in front of Facility. This stop is Postal Facility Road and in front of facility. This is B14 to Spring Creek Stanley Ave Postal Fac.